It's going live. We're live now. We're live. Hello. I don't think there's no one in the chat
I don't
yet.
think this will ever stop feeling weird.
Doing
this.
Going live?
Yeah.
Anyways, but we have one person in. We can always wait for more people to come into the chat, but there's going to be a lot more people going to watch this later.
Yeah.
So they don't want to sit through us waiting for people to come live. So we're going to start our episode or our live stream regardless. Anyways, guys, where are we?
We're in Pretoria, South Africa. This is actually me and Vigo's last day here. Tonight we're flying back home.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it is very sad, but yeah. That sounded so Polish. Yeah, sad, but let's move on. Yeah, but we wanted to have like a Q&A about our experience and maybe things that people want to know about this country. It was my first time ever being in Africa, and comparing what you imagine it's going to be, what you read, and then what you see, right? Yeah,
I mean, we it's kind of like already kind of like a tradition. Every time we have like a big trip, we do something like this. I remember I did one.
I think that's the secret, is we don't have time to do normal episodes. I mean, by we, I mean him, because I take all his time. That's the secret.
Take all the time in the world. No, but I made a decision when they came, that I cannot be slave to YouTube or creating content, although I love it, and it's a job for me already. You know what I mean? Like I have a day job, but to me YouTube it's also a job.
It takes a lot of time, right, to edit, especially.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to plan the episodes, record them, and then edit them, especially here in South Africa, because as you saw, it's a little bit of a challenge. It's an interesting city, which I will ask you, about it. What are your impressions? But going out and recording, like I can do when I'm in Poland or when I was in London, it's not as easy. You have to be very careful. You don't want to get robbed. You don't want people to see you with a camera.
We're starting off a little bit negative, which is not my impression, to be honest.
That's true.
I think that. I mean, what surprised me, and it already surprised me when I went to the Dominican Republic first, which was the first country that I experienced that had this feature, that characteristic, that it's very car-oriented place.
Yeah.
That you don't really have many people walking, and when you live in Europe, it is very foot traffic is big. Like you walk to the shop, you walk to the cafe, you walk to the park, and here's like you have to drive everywhere, so you see less people.
Okay.
And because of that, you also just don't wander around the city. I don't know, at least in the area that we've been, you just drive to the mall, drive to the restaurant, drive to another place.
Yeah.
And you enter there, and then there are people in that place walking, like inside a shopping center or something.
Yeah.
But you don't really see foot traffic outside. So if you're in Europe recording, we did a lot of, shooting in the street, in the park.
I was doing shooting on the street.
Recording.
I know.
That was such a bad joke. Oh my god. Yeah, we're recording,
filming.
Recording. I don't know. And here it's like you have to plan where you're gonna go and to get there, right? And that's what you mean.
Yeah, of course. For me, it's not as foreign. I think we have to speak louder because I can see here the microphone. I hope we can. Can someone tell me if you can hear okay? But yeah, I mean, to me, it's not that different from DR, from Dominican Republic, because you are using cars everywhere, and we love going to shopping centers and to malls, which is not a thing.
America.
Yeah, in Europe, people are more balanced, I guess. People go to Stade Miasto or Old Town, or they just go to a particular pub somewhere. But yeah, I mean, South Africa is a very interesting place. So I want to ask you languages. So here they have like
it's a mix.
11.
Yeah, it's very, very, for a person that doesn't. I mean, let's say I didn't Google it. I just walk around and you hear different languages. You hear English a bit. You don't really hear English everywhere, even though if you speak English, everyone will speak English back to you.
Wow, that's true.
You hear Afrikaans a lot, but you hear a lot of languages that have no connection to Europe, because obviously Afrikaans has connection with the Dutch settlers that came here in 18th century, I want to say, around.
I think it was the
1700s.
century.
I think it was 18th century.
To Cape Town.
And I don't know.
Yeah, that's the base was in Cape Town.
That's where they came. Okay, and they
Yeah.
settled throughout. So Afrikaans is still widely spoken here, but you hear a lot of local languages that obviously you have no idea. You don't know any words, because Afrikaans, if you speak English, some words are similar. Maybe if you speak Dutch, for sure you can understand it, right?
Yeah. They have what are do you
and
remember?
obviously it was weird to me that you see a country where magazines in the supermarket or a shop will have different languages, right? Because there's Afrikaans, there's English. I don't know how many others, and I don't want to name them because obviously I don't know them. You know a little bit more about the languages.
So so they have Sotho, they have Zulu, they have Osa. It sounds like, but it's like with the tongue.
Yeah. If you didn't learn it as a kid, you cannot do it.
Super difficult.
We heard it on TV. We heard some people say it, right? The clicking. It's a clicking.
I don't want to be
sound.
disrespectful.
And it's incredible. I think it's uncomparable to any other language in the world when it comes to this sound. Like it's very, very difficult to learn if you haven't as a kid. So that was for sure surprising. The area that we've been in is very developed. Like I've sent some pictures to my friends over there in Poland.
Yeah.
And there's still this misconception. They're like, wow, there's supermarkets and buildings, and people always expect, what sometimes documentaries show about some crisis in the continent, which you have to remember is an enormous continent and has a lot of variety when it comes to culture, climate, political situations and things like that. But they're like, we're kind of expected mud huts everywhere. And then you see a massive shopping center, restaurants, good cars, like things that you maybe associate with the States more than Africa, right?
Yeah, like develop. And you mentioned about the size, which is something that
size,
everyone sees Africa in a map. This is
a lie.
It's a lie. Like the size of Africa on the map.
Geography lies to you.
Completely. So the first time that I flew here, I think I flew from London. So from London to Africa, like let's say I think it was Morocco. I think when I entered continental Africa, it was like 2 hours and a half, 3 hours to top. And then I had like 6 hours left flying over the African continent. So that's imagine you're going anywhere. It takes you 6 hours just to cross,
I think it was more than that.
Probably more. So, but it's just astounding.
The flight that I took from, where was it? From Switzerland, was it 12 hours?
You did 11. From Switzerland, it's 11 because it's 12 from London. And also, South Africa itself is really big. The country itself is South Africa. It's very big.
Yeah. Like I have a friend that lives here, and she's in another city, Cape Town. And when I realized, we're going to visit with Vigo, and I was like, maybe we can get some coffee. And my husband's like, you have to fly to Cape Town to get coffee with her. And I'm like, I guess I'm not getting on another plane.
If you want to go to South Africa, to Cape Town, I think it's a 2-hour flight. 2-hour flight from Pretoria.
Yeah.
And if you want to drive, I think it's like 14 hours.
From London to Warsaw, more or less. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes to fly from Warsaw to London. So you can see the scale of the country, and you can see it even in the infrastructure. Like the highways are wide. Just the space it looks very big, and the horizon seems like you can see. I don't know, like maybe Europe is because it's crampedly built. Yeah. But here you can see out a lot more. That's my impression has been.
Yeah, it's like flatter, right? Also.
I don't know. I don't know what it is about, but because it is hilly, you can see mountains around the city and stuff. Well, maybe not mountains, but hills. But
it's altitude. Pretoria is pretty high up. Pretoria is like 1,300 meters.
Can see more.
Yeah, so you're like higher up. But anyways.
The altitude actually surprised us when it comes to breathing.
Oh yeah,
at the beginning, I was walking and I'm like, I'm usually the fast walker here.
Yes, she is.
And I was like, I'm tired, and it's just because there's less oxygen.
Yeah, it's higher up. The higher up, the less oxygen there is. And I've been here a year, and actually recently I started running and doing more cardiovascular things.
The old age speaking.
Yeah, I just didn't, and so I started running a lot more before you came. I've been running for like 3 weeks, like proper running. And we were walking. I was carrying Vigo here, walking faster than her. She's like, "You have to go slower. I cannot breathe." And I'm like,
it's also the heat. Also, the heat for sure, and the sun is tiring.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing before we start a Q&A. Like we were talking, like things that impressed us. Another thing that made an impression on me, not necessarily positively, security. You know, when you mentioned walking through the city, and we haven't witnessed anything dangerous. We haven't heard even police or anything, but you can see that problem with crime exists because security of houses is like a lot more extreme. You have electric fence over every property that we've seen. And you have like spikes on even what's it called? Letter boxes. Skrzynka pocztowych, kolce, so that no one jumps on it and jumps your fence. So for sure, because of the difficult history and because of still a lot of division between the rich and the poor, the crime is a lot higher than in Europe. And
a lot
higher than in Dominican Republic as well.
Yeah, a lot higher. Anyways, guys, we asked you if you had some questions for us for our live. This is a very chill live Q&A. Literally, just I decided to take a little break from putting out content. I did put some music out, which I was very happy. But content, like I usually do in VIGO'S Dad, I took a whole month off. So next week I'll have an episode for you guys. But in the meantime, we wanted just to bring something for you to see Carolina, because she's been absent for.
I haven't divorced him yet.
She's been absent for what? The last one we did was in Poland. Before I flew, the things that worried us about living there.
Okay, give me the questions.
Okay, so some questions. So first one, I don't know if it's for both of us, right? They say tried pierogi z kapustą I grzybami already.
Of course.
I mean,
that was the first pierogi, I think.
No, the first one was z mięsem.
Okay, the meat one.
From
my
babcia.
Grandma.
Babcia was
made
delicious.
By my grandma,
Delicious. But this one, I of course, we are vegan, so
we don't make pierogi though, because let's face it, we are useless millennial generation, and we buy most of the things. And we just make pasta, simple dishes. Sorry, you make rice. That takes a lot longer to cook, which is more of an effort.
Yeah, but we're good cooks. We cook complicated dishes every so often, which we always put on. We always say we're going to make again and never make it again.
But
you don't like it.
Pierogi are just objectively difficult to make. They are time consuming, and even if you have like a lot of practice, it still takes a lot of time to make them. So we don't make them. I mean, we tried once, but pierogi with mushroom and cabbage. They are very easy to buy. When we were in London, obviously, in Polish shops, Polski sklep, we used to buy them regularly. So we like them a lot. Hey,
now that I'm here, I would like to have these questions done. Do you have your phone somewhere?
Yeah, it's with Vigo there.
Okay, because I was thinking I could do a YouTube live and then an Instagram live at the same time, but that would be too complicated. Anyways, guys, so we have a couple of questions here. That was the first one. Oh, favorite Christmas dishes.
Oh,
you go first.
That is an interesting topic. We are going to host for first Christmas Eve in Poland this year. We're going to have our family over. So we're going to make like a mix of Polish and Dominican for everyone, which I find it's very important for our family to do both, for Vigo to grow up having both cultures. So we'll see. But if it comes to like me growing up, we don't eat animals now, but I used to eat meat and fish and stuff. But the topic about fish is like I never liked it. So Christmas Eve was always like I could only eat pierogi and uszka with barszcz. So basically that was my thing, and then some ciasto, right? So that was my favorite for sure, and I still love those things. Anything that's made with dough.
Maya, yes, Maya, how are you? You can ask a question here. Anyone that is watching the stream, you can write on the live chat. We can read you. Ask all the questions that you want. Okay?
I love your name, by the way, Maya.
Maya Sol. Maya Słońce in Polish. I don't know if you're Polish, but.
So what is yours?
Mine. Okay, so let's do before veganism and after, because it's important. We were, we enjoyed all of the dishes before we became vegan. So, I was never a big fan of fish either. I like it a lot more than you. You actually did not really like fish. I think there's a fish that the one with the tomatoes.
Yeah, I gotta say that even I like this sometimes.
Yes, you made it in Dominican Republic when she lived with me at the beginning. She made it for my family. The thing I don't like about it is that it's cold.
Yeah, he would heat it up in the microwave.
I would heat it up in the microwave, which is a sin.
You do it with all the food. Like almost all the food is supposed to be eaten cold.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a salad. Yeah. Then you heat it up. Yeah. And Polish people eat a lot of cold cuts, like things that are
Yes, of
kind
course.
of like little, I don't know what they're called, like little dishes that are cold for, especially during holidays, you know,
Yeah.
Christmas and Easter, but you would heat it up, yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
so this was your favorite. Let's go. And what else?
I mean, it was not my
Any
favorite.
soup?
I liked it a lot. I just wanted to make the distinction that I heat it up on the microwave, which I know people are going to be like, "Oh my god!" But I really like a sawat katomopa from Christmas.
That's true.
It's my favorite salad ever. I really like it. And the fish, there was a fish that your mom did. It was on the oven for Christmas.
Yeah, I'm not.
And also
versed in the fish.
The herring with I think it has schledge. The herring that has
schledge with some onion and
onion,
oil.
like onion in oil.
This thing,
That was
guys,
good.
I don't know. Like I have grown up around these traditions, and
Yeah.
meat it's just I cannot even look at it. Do you guys know Joe? He said he knows both of you well personally.
Joe, Maya, but Joe from where? Is it Joe what? Meet Joe Black? It's a give me more context.
Jonathan, Joe Mama. Joe Mama? Maybe it's his nickname. Maybe he has a different name. Maybe he's has an alias that we don't.
I don't know. Joe Mama. Give us more context.
Which country is he from?
Which country is he from? Where does he live? That's important. We have been all over the world at this point.
By the way, this is something that no one asked about it, but I'm going to share. Living in like 3 different countries, because we still have stuff in the UK.
Yeah.
We moved to Poland, and he's in South Africa. It's so complicated. They're constantly blocking something. We're losing access to things. The card for the SIM card.
It's a joke. Yo, mama. Yay. Hey, you.
That's a better. That's from Kenya. He's saying it's a joke. Yo, mama.
Yo, mama.
This is actually more. This is a dad joke, right? For you can use it.
Oh, that's so funny. Yo, mama.
Kenya said this.
Okay.
Nuts? I don't get it, Maya.
Okay, so we're gonna continue with the questions here, and then we jump to the questions on
there's some more.
Okay, so we have, what is our opinion on Polish music? I guess it's for me as a musician, but she loves music. So, and actually, she's the one that introduced me to Polish music, so she's gonna answer this. So, what is my opinion on Polish music?
You go.
Polish old school rock, disco polo, etc. So. Okay, so Polish music. First of all, the thing that comes to mind are 2 things. First is that it's a little old school. Yeah. Like Polish people, I think, really like tradition, right? So you play the radio. There's always
Eros Ramazzotti.
No, but even Polish music, it's like rock from the 80s and from the 90s, sentimental, right?
80s, 90s. That's a golden
exactly
music, I guess.
And I want to say also good quality. It's good quality rock, which the fact that it's good quality doesn't make it outdated, because you can say, "Oh, Polish music,"
right?
Exactly.
It's not too much synthesizers. And
exactly. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, Polish music. It's like so outdated already. Move on. It's like it's good quality music, especially the rock. Kind of like pop rock, which is really good. Disco polo, it's a whole thing, by the way. Let me tell you, I'm going to make a video reacting to some stuff, because the modern disco polo it's like disco polo, disco polo, but you see like this rapper-esque,
they're using influences from Latino music, from rap,
yeah,
anything that will make them relevant.
I hear some trap elements in there, and the shot in the car, and the girls, and
someone also loves Eros. Olga also loves Eros. I don't think he's played anywhere else but Poland.
I'm going now to Poland for Christmas. I arrived like mid December, and I'm ready to listen to Careless Whisper, repeatedly.
Yes,
Mariah Carey,
Yeah. But this Mariah Carey song I think it's
everywhere.
Global. It's global.
Yeah. So in disco polo also, hey, I did Yes the Shalona, and I'm gonna break it out here. Maybe I should. I'm thinking about doing Ona tańczy dla mnie.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. I might.
Bachata cover or something.
I don't know, something. I love that song. By the way.
Metal version.
Better version of.
That would be cool.
Anyway, so how about you? What's your opinion on Polish music?
Yeah, there are some. One thing that Polish music has to, if Polish music is to be good, it has to be sad. The sad music is good.
Yeah.
Anything that is supposed to just be light and happy is flat. Usually, when the ones that I grew up with is like, like you said, the old bands, and usually the ones that were during communism, that they had to fight against censorship, and they had like more to fight for.
Yeah, for
this
sure.
This was more artistic, and there were a lot of bands and musicians that were like that had value and
Yep,
content was like heavyweight. But honestly, I don't really like Polish music. I don't listen to Polish music apart from here and there some bands or some songs that I, maybe it's just like intention that I have never intended to listen to it, so I didn't get to know it well enough. It's not like I have super sophisticated taste in music. I usually just listen to what's popular or something that gets in my head, but I usually liked like rap or soul
Doda.
or R&B.
She likes Doda.
No, I don't have anything against her
Doda.
personally, not at all, but I don't listen to her music, so I cannot say that I like her music.
I was surprised because last time I was in Poland, there was like a festival and they were showing live music and she was singing. Remember, she had like some weird attire. I was surprised that she actually has a good voice.
She has a good voice.
Has a good voice.
Yeah, but it's like, it's also about how the music is written, composed, and the lyrics. I don't know. It just never spoke to me. Like even musicians that are considered with a little bit more respect, as in they're not like just entertainment.
Yeah.
Like Młode Wilki, I think, or Wilki, not Młode Wilki is a movie. Wilki. Like I never got into these songs. Like I don't know why. It is a personal thing. So I don't know. Maybe you guys in the comments can tell us. But I don't know, Republika, for example. You objectively know it's a good. Is it
Republika
band.
or Republika?
Republika. I'm sorry, confusing languages here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So another question. How do you mix up Polish Dominican Christmas? You talked a little bit about it before, but it's interesting, right? We have been doing that for a long time.
Polish people win because we have one more day in Dominican Republic. 26, you're already going to work.
Go to work already, same, you know. But we've been doing it actually from the very beginning. Carolina and I, by the way, Vigo is right there. He was watching cartoons. We put some cartoons so that he would. Vigo, cześć ludzie. I hola a todos.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, she's gonna put more cartoons so we can continue here. Anyways, ever since the beginning, right? Carolina and I started dating 2012, and she moved to Dominican Republic in that year for 10 or 11 months. And on Christmas 2012, she made this fish with the tomato dish. So ever since then, most of our Christmases have had a collection.
So we gotta hurry up because Vigo's hungry.
He's hungry. So most of our Christmases have been mix of things. We also do with Vigo, now that he's born, we celebrate some toys. Christmas.
On the 6th of January.
Yeah, so we do the
Shakruli. That's when they give gifts.
Yeah, we do Santa normally, right? And then we do some of the gifts for Shakruli because it's when in DR you get presents. You never get them in Christmas.
Number one Christmas dish from Dominican Republic. Go. Number one.
Well, it probably would be arroz navideño, which is a rice that has nuts. Rice. Yeah, Christmas rice has nuts. It has some vegetables. It has so Christmas rice, I guess that would be.
Is corn in it?
Has corn in it. Has bacon. If you eat bacon, it's like a whole thing. Yeah. But anyways, and pastel en hoja, of course. There's you take plantain, the green plantain, and they grind it. No, first they have to grind it, like with a cheese grater. You have to grate it, and then you create like a dough, and then you make like.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
I was helping once, and I was constantly thinking, how can I get out of this?
When my mom does it, it's overnight. Like literally, she was working until.
And you put it in the leaves of the plantain tree, and then you put it like a string, and you boil it. It's
boil it. It's a whole thing. So, anyways, another question would be. Why is everyone so slow in South Africa? This is a question that came from her. I think
you put me on the spot right there.
But this is great because I want to talk about it. This is fantastic because I was telling her, I am the Latino. I'm always the slow one. Like she's always telling me, come on.
We are neurotic people, Polish people, talking fast, walking fast, always in a rush.
We Latinos, I walk slow. And even my son tells me, come on, Dad, you can be faster. But then I moved here and I was telling her, Carolina, listen, now I feel your pain. Like South Africans are really slow guys, and I am slow.
It must be climate. It must be climate related. Like the heat doesn't make you want to rush. And in winter in Europe, you're just gotta get as fast as possible to where I'm going. And that's how it became a norm, of behavior, because Latin America's people are just slower than in Europe, and here is even more, I guess.
There's not
Relax.
a single time that we have gone
Yeah.
to a restaurant here, first myself, then her, that you're not waiting at least 1 hour to get your food. But also,
Such a spoiled people complain.
no, but I mean in the sense that it's interesting because it's
Time
culture.
just runs different.
Yeah, they get out of an elevator. This is a great example, and I'm going to end it there. You are in an elevator with more people, and they are supposed to get out of the elevator, and they're going to walk, and it feels as if they are on purpose holding you back. But they're not. They just they walk out slow, and when they walk out, they look to the sides and everything. There's people behind. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing.
But that's how I feel living with you.
You see, there you go. Okay, so another question is now that I live here, kind of part time. Why didn't Carolina and Vigo move to South Africa after London? So you go ahead. You answer.
I think that we had this perspective while being in London that we didn't want to start over again in a new place.
Yeah.
Having a child, we didn't want to be isolated again after a long period of the pandemic where it was very difficult for us. I mean, not very difficult, but harder,
for everyone it was difficult.
Yeah. And also that it's so remote. So it's not like you can from London and Warsaw easily get to my family, at least, right?
Yeah.
Here we are far from both families. And we knew that we eventually want to already make a home and be in one place.
Yeah.
And Poland was the one that checked most of the boxes that we wanted.
Yeah.
So we knew we don't want to invest another year. We're not 20 years old that you can move anywhere, whatever. Yeah. We already are 30 plus. And
I'm 40 plus, baby. I'm 40. Do I look 40 years old, guys? Come on, give me a little bit. I'm gonna be 41 in a month. Do I look 41? I think I look at least 38.
Judged by the behavior, then no.
Give me. That's good. Okay. Touche.
Yeah, exactly. So that's it. So we decided let's just do the traveling, commuting version. Till you can be in Poland with us forever. That's
By the way, we are not ignoring your comments here on the live chat. We're coming there right now. We're gonna just finish the questions from here. Okay. So another question is, this is in Polish. Cześć, Ola. Moja rodzinka. You have to read it out loud.
Oh, there's no question there. They just said that they got close to us. And that I have a very pretty smile.
Oh, she does.
And pozdrawiamy. Thank you so much. Aneta Mikulska, thank you so much.
Thank you. Another one here. W którym kraju...
So which country has the best... przepraszam, w którym kraju, w którym dotychczas mieszkaliście, jesień była najprzyjemniejsza? Which is the best autumn or fall? Which country? Austria.
Oh, the climate in Austria you loved it, right? It was beautiful.
I mean, it was drier than England for sure.
Yeah.
And it was milder than Poland. It was, it had winter, but the winter
more
was
sun.
Not so harsh. Yeah, so it's,
a lot more sun, right?
You can think about Austria, it's almost in Italy. So that's how I was explaining to myself why the climate is summers obviously could be very hot. And if you don't have air conditioning everywhere, because in the past it was not as hot.
Yeah.
So there is no custom of it, but still,
it's very pretty.
The spring, fall, winter, all of it, a lot of sunny days, and in general, the climate there. Yeah,
but I have to say that, and you're saying she said autumn, right?
I think that they're the most pleasant because in Poland we say sometimes złota polska jesień, polska złota jesień, Polish golden autumn, which is pretty, the leaves are changing nice, but it's also getting darker soon, early, and now I'm a little bit scared coming here from South Africa, going back to in November. Here has been next 5 months it's just gonna be dark a lot, and
the whole month here it was 25, 26, 28, 30 degrees for her, so it's fine. But I have to say that the most beautiful skies and sunsets I've seen in my life has been in this country. She has seen, but they were the best when it was winter. Here it's everything reversed because we're in the south hemisphere. So right now it's actually summer. We're getting into summer right here in South Africa. Starts in December.
Yeah.
Anyways, so another question would be, and hopefully we'll wrap this up in the next 5 minutes here.
So, jak Vigo odnalazł się w polskim przedszkolu? How was it for Vigo to get used to the Polish preschool? Which, yes, a very good question.
Interesting, yeah, very interesting.
He used to speak English exclusively. He would understand both languages of his parents, but he would answer in English because in London it was English everywhere.
Yep.
So at first he was just a little bit shy and a little bit like didn't want to really
Speak a little louder, just for the mic.
He wasn't really into it. But it took him some weeks, and now he's speaking Polish all the time to people who speak Polish, and he really liked it. He has some issues with the age difference. There are some kids that are older in the group, which
like a whole year older.
Two birth years are in one group, which I don't think it's a good idea,
Mm-hmm.
because the older kids are like annoyed by the younger kids. But all in all, he likes going there. He made a lot of friends, and he's excited. And he's excited also to kind of make his home already in Warsaw, in Poland, in Warsaw, where we are. So yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Positive.
Yeah, it's very interesting because he's 4 years old or four and but you can already see that he already has his life. He's been here a month. At the beginning, he was perfectly fine. Like the first 3 weeks, but the last week he's been asking me, "So when are we going to Poland?" And I'm like, "Oh, you missed going to Poland. You want to?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, because he has, like she says, he has the school, friends. He goes to kickboxing with his friend, and so. But yeah, I mean, Vigo is a introverted kid that is extroverted when he's comfortable. I know that's weird. So
he's an introvert, and when he's comfortable, and
he's super extroverted.
Right? That's it. And
so for introverted kids, it's a little difficult at the beginning.
But the preschool did a good job, and it's a bilingual preschool, so that also helps that he can maintain English. So yeah. I think we're going to these.
Let's go to the questions here before we wrap up, because Vigo's gonna come and eat us.
We still don't know who's Yo Mama, and then my partner's moving to Poland. To the UK from Poland in January, as we're moving in together. One of his worries is the food, as in Poland he eats everything fresh. She's dreading the bread. Yeah, I mean, Polish shops will save him, will help him, but the bread even there is not always the best. I guess saving money and stuff. But I think it's the UK. I mean, you still go to the supermarkets, you can all buy all the vegetables, or to the markets and just cook everything from scratch. I don't think it's such a huge difference. No. But I mean, there is a difference when it comes to like local markets. Like my parents always go to the Rynek to buy all the vegetables and the fruit and the eggs from some village person that has the chicken. So and I'm sure it depends where you are in England, because if you're in London,
for example,
then it's a lot harder. But if you're in a small town, I'm sure they have all those things. And
but also it's the UK. So to be honest,
international. So you're gonna get a lot of international food. So he might actually like some new things.
But even it's in the UK, so there's a Polish store in almost all. I don't know where in the UK you're going, but
kapusta kiszona, ogórki, sałatki, all those things. So
if you're gonna be a Polish person outside of Poland, the UK is gonna be the best place for you to go, or maybe Chicago in New York. I don't know. Greetings from Australia.
Australia, hi.
You're far away. Well, I mean, from here you're actually closer.
Yeah, it's also summer there now, right?
Yeah.
Eros. Oh my God. Olga, Sophie was a mastering at my Italian class at uni. It's like listening to Krawczyk disco Polish and Polish class. Exactly. Yeah. Oh, it's funny. And good Bob's here in Parapetówka, exactly.
Did a new version of pierogi for my husband with salmon.
Well, technically you can put everything in pierogi.
I did a Latino pierogi. I did an episode. You can find it on my channel. It's like a Latino making pierogi or something. It was like almost 2 years ago. Yeah. And I did a whole, she was in Poland with Vigo, and I stayed alone. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to cook, I'm going to make pierogi, by myself, and I'm going to record it. And
it was one of the things you do.
It was the whole day. I went out like at around 10 or 11 to buy all the ingredients, and I finished recording and eating the pierogi, and it was like 7 o'clock at night. It was a whole day recording.
Some pierogi with plantain, right?
And I made pierogi with plantain, and I think I put some other ingredients. So I created a whole new pierogi.
Anyways, I think that's it, guys. We have to rush to eat something and then get ready to go to the airport.
Yeah, you have a long flight. She's going from Pretoria or Johannesburg is where the international airport is, to Germany, and then that's like a 11-hour flight, but it's through the night, so they travel at 7 o'clock at night, and it lands in Germany at like around 5 or 6 in the morning. So hopefully Vigo's gonna sleep the whole trip. Guys, thank you for everything. Let's say goodbye to Carolina.
Thank you. We say donkey in Afrikaans.
Donkey.
So
donkey.
Thank you.
Next time you'll see her, we're going to be together in Poland. We're going to make hopefully some good episodes for you guys about Polish Christmas and traditions.
And Dominican rice.
Yeah, my mom is coming over also to spend Christmas with us.
Laughing at the rice. It's just for Polish people. It's just so
incredible. Rice for Christmas.
Yeah,
I get it. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.
Bye bye. Here. Hold on.
Yeah.